welcome to this week's RP Gentleman Interlude episode. I'm Patrick, your DM, and I am here with my players for the superhero campaign.
Woo! Yay!
They all have names, and they will tell you now, starting with you, David.
I'm David. I'm playing the Secret Secretor. I always forget because I almost always say her alter ego name, like her real life name.
Yeah,
but,
which is dangerous.
I don't want anyone to know so that her enemies can't find her.
Yeah, well, also, David, besides your name and your character's name, I would like you to tell me what your character's hopes and dreams are right now.
Well, the Secret Secretor is a disgraced Olympian. She was in the Olympics back in the early 90s because she was a pro swimmer. But then when she got her power of extremely fast bodily functions, she started sweating a bunch in the pool, and everybody was like, gross, this pool is probably mostly your sweat. And I was like, no, please.
But couldn't you, like, secrete at such a rate as to, like, essentially become a jet ski? Wouldn't that be kind of...
Well, at that point, she didn't have mastery of her powers.
Which today she displays all the time.
Today, she might be better. Yeah. So her hope would be to one day prove that she can be a real hero and, like, show her athleticism on a grand televised scale.
And show her old swim coach, who's boss, presumably.
He loved towels. Hated bodily fluids.
Hated sweat. Nice. So Daniel.
Dan's
same
my
question
name.
to you.
Dan's my name. And I will be playing Patient Hero, who hopes to someday sink his teeth into some nice meaty flesh, maybe find a body along the way, and does not dream, for all that happens when he closes his eyes is that he sees blackness. Sleep does
not metaphorical blackness.
No,
which we decided you do have the ability to open and close your eyes still as you're a metallic head, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is it like one motion, like a Furby? Are you a Furby?
Rethinking this, not a Furby. Rethinking this, I think the eyelids were very brittle and have since shattered off. So, or maybe it's like one or two of the upper or lower lids. So
it's like that ice cream, the syrup you pour over ice cream, the magic
shell. Yeah. So I more or less just don't blink anymore.
Fortunately, you're with a woman whose bodily fluids regenerate very quickly. So I could moisten your eyes a bunch.
She just like slides her hand over my face every once in a while.
Yeah.
Nice.
I sort of flick my fingers at your face.
You guys are very codependent in some ways.
Nobody wants to be friends with us.
I don't know why.
And let's complete the party before we introduce our newest player. But Lauren, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I'm Lauren. I'm playing Mama J, whose hopes and dreams consist of finding her long-lost husband. I guess we just found out that he might be alive. And also really just finding the recipes for Twinkies. She needs it.
It's really been your jam.
Right. Yeah, now that they've been discontinued, like, it's a big issue.
Yeah, there's only a finite supply left.
Yeah.
And also think of the money you could make.
Yeah, wow.
And the mysterious stranger from the mist steps forward.
Yeah, nice mist machine, Patrick.
Really
cost you a pretty penny, that one.
Yeah,
thanks to our patrons for supplying this very expensive mist machine.
Yeah.
That I've pointed only at Stephen.
Yep. Whoa! Last name redacted.
Last name redacted.
Hey, I'm Steven, and can I say?
Well...
Will you let me, J.J. Abrams?
Let's keep that in the magic box, or
all
whatever
right,
stupid thing he calls it.
Yeah, all right.
He's got a theory. It was a TED Talk, David. Don't worry about it.
Whatever.
So, we'll play coy for now, me and Steven, as we join you on the North Star public transit line, headed up towards Big Lake, which we Googled, and that's the city it's bound for.
Oh, look, it's Anoka. Sorry, that wasn't in character.
Are you from Anoka, like, originally?
Nope.
Just shout out to Anoka. Dan's got some...
Yep. I just happen to know
love.
that it's on the route.
Dan was the one who Googled it.
Yeah. It's actually not that many people. Looks like most people got by the mosquitoids that still fill the skies.
It's an amazing, it's an amazing thing that this train is still running, considering that hundreds of thousands of people are dying as we speak.
Good thing that Metro Transit runs day and night, no matter what.
They would never have an inconsistent bus schedule or trains that don't come when they say they're gonna come.
That's right, because then how would the hard workers of Minnesota get to and from work?
They would be late, and that would be ridiculous.
This is a biting commentary.
I know. But as you guys are having this,
You guys clearly don't
politically
ride the
charged-
bus as often as we do.
I'm a biker.
the door connecting the two cars opens up, which the North Star line has in my world, and a man dressed in
It's
like
double decker if that impacts your view. It is.
he comes down the spiral staircase.
Very
Well,
slowly.
Holding a
Cocaine.
champagne goblet.
Good
No,
enough.
not a champagne goblet. This actually looks like the person who would be handing out champagne goblets if there were ones to be had.
He would still be holding one if he were handing them out.
But he would have like a
It'd be on a
tray.
platter.
But on a
And
tray.
He has a tray, and he also has like a little,
Cloth.
a little cloth, yes, but also a little bag where he's like, "Hey everybody, my name's Terry."
Oh,
This is the best voice. I've never heard you make sounds like
new.
this.
This is.
I've never heard you do a voice that wasn't an accent. How have you done this?
I think Patrick realizes he's made a mistake.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
You can't
but-
replicate it though.
Oh, yep. Terry, the train guy.
Yeah.
And I'm here to ask for your tickets.
We don't have any tickets because we're running for our lives.
Do you charge for by the head?
I can see how that would be pretty related to you, but no, we run day and night because we gotta keep the workers of Minnesota back to the city and away to Big Lake.
I've heard that's your motto.
Yes, indeed. But I seen as I guess the apocalypse is happening, we could not have to do tickets this one time.
Also, it's St. Patrick's Day, and you guys give free rides on St. Patrick's Day.
That's true. We are drunk off our bodies.
But that's only
Whoa,
from
body humor.
St. Patrick's Day 6 p.m. until the next day 3 a.m.
Oh.
And it's 4.
Mama J, just give him some muffins or something.
I've got bran muffins. You want bran muffins?
Oh, as a train guy, I'm not allowed to take the bribes from passengers.
You want pancakes? I got pancakes.
Not technically a bribe food.
Let me check my bribe food pyramid. And it's like a list of the most bribable foods. But no, and then turns to Mama J and goes, "Oh, what kind of pancakes?"
We've got some blueberry pancakes. We've got banana chocolate chip pancakes. We got some maple walnut pancakes, apple cinnamon pancakes.
She can go all day.
Oh, well, I
And
don't...
all night, just like the brave men and women of the Metro Transit North Star Line, servicing the hard workers of Minneapolis all the way to Big Lake.
That is your motto.
I'm pretty
You know,
sure that's...
it's pretty funny that the
Yeah.
rest of you is all silver, when actually it's your tongue that's got the most silver to it. All right, the train guy. Out.
Also, am I just carrying your head like a football at this point? Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
No, you've actually placed me on the shoulder of somebody who fell asleep, so it looks like I have a body.
But Terry the train guy like finger guns his way out as he walks out the back of the train
Oh, I
car.
like Terry. I hope we get to see him again.
Yeah, if possible, we should definitely save him from this plague of deadly robot mosquitoes.
Which, as you see, are outside the windows are like starting to get a little bit thinner. Like as you leave the cities, you see like the occasional
As
one
we approach Big Lake.
darting down and taking some suburban family, but the rest of it
Oh, wow.
is starting to thin out.
So are these mosquitoes water resistant, or
Yes.
do they hate water?
As you saw in the market, the grocery store you were at before,
That's true.
the water doesn't affect them. It was when the water
Froze and shredded them.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, mosquitoes do reproduce in water, so like that's that's
Natural.
It
But
loves it.
These are robots and not cyborgs, I thought, because this was a point of much contention for me.
Single contention from yourself, David. And as the doors like
Tiny cyber swamps, you know? Right?
yeah, that's where they breed.
They're birthed, yeah.
From Quicksilver ponds.
Amniotic fluid.
But no, that aside, you pull up at a cyber swamp. No, the doors doong open, and you guys see that you are across the road from what looks to be kind of an industrial area.
And a really big lake.
Yeah.
And a Hardee's.
There's a Hardee's, an industrial area, and a big ass lake. But the industrial center in front of you is labeled like a big but very plain sign in like stark gray lettering that says beer brand beer, and it's like much more fortified than you would have thought a beer company would need to be. Not necessarily that it looks like a prison, but that it's definitely meant to keep people out.
So guys, we are here because the AI named Mississippi AI told us that we had to come here to stop Major Mosquito's plan.
Yeah, it's some kind of like work camp or something that we had to come and thwart.
Do you think this is the work camp?
We could ask a local resident.
Let's go to the Hardee's and pick up a big thick burger or
big-
whatever the hell they serve at Hardee's.
Yeah,
I can go for burgers.
let's go get some thick burgers.
I'm pretty sure Stick Burger. They had one between where the buns were individual grilled cheese sandwiches the last time I drove past the Hardee's.
All right, so you guys, the bell rings as you step into Hardee's.
What bell? The train bell?
No, the bell in the door.
Oh,
the
okay.
Hardee's, all Hardee's have bell doors. Fool.
Are we talking like electronic bells where it's like beep boop, or are we talking like actual jingle bells like
Jingle
The
bells.
audience needs to know.
Yeah.
They splurge for the physical metal
Oh,
bell,
okay.
so you know this is a
Ooh.
ritzy Hardee's.
Classic.
And you guys see that there's one person working the counter, like a older lady who's like wiping down, even though it's shining like new, that vinyl.
Are there any dead bodies around?
No.
Okay.
Why? Because we're in a Hardee's.
Are there any dead bodies around? Okay.
Question.
This is a nice Hardee's.
Ah!
I meant because of the like looming apocalypse that's happening.
Now, if it had been a Carl's Jr., there would definitely have been a body.
But unrelated to the looming apocalypse.
Do
Yeah.
people of Big Lake know that like this apocalypse is happening, or is that strictly a city thing and the people on the outskirts have no idea?
I mean,
Let's ask her.
given the area of effect of this attack, it's likely that some news got out, but
Okay.
this lady doesn't look like she's got. There's
She's
no
not
like.
plugged in.
Nah,
Yeah.
she's not plugged in. She got an iPhone. She's just polishing her counter and goes, "Oh, hello. What can I do you for at this Hardee's?"
You got any raw human meat in your food? I heard once on the internet that somebody at Hardee's ate human meat. And they got in trouble, but if I was served human meat, I wouldn't tell. Agatha, I see your name tag says.
At this point, I'm holding your head like a little baby, and I've got like a fake blanket, so it looks like you're just a talking
Star
metal baby.
employee Agatha.
Oh, what do you know about that there rumor, little child?
It was all over HuffPost.
Oh, read the Huffington Post, do you?
You must be
Sure.
well informed.
I am the most informed.
And she pulls out from like underneath the counter like a loaded shotgun. And she goes, "What do you know? What does your baby know?"
We don't take kindly to clickbaiters here. Oh, listen, ma'am, we mean no disrespect. Look, we have a cook just like yourself with us.
Hi there.
Oh, hello. Are you with these two clickbaiters?
Yeah, they're really nice. They don't mean harm. Just ignore their, mention of human meat.
Although I heard that shotguns give you cancer in your hands.
That might be true.
Well, I don't know. Old Bessie would probably give nothing but tender love and buckshot to the sternum.
What?
But
Tender what?
what are you folks here for?
We're just here for a bite to eat, escaping the apocalypse.
What the apocalypse on?
What?
Is there an apocalypse
I
on? You
thought
know?
you said, what did they apocalypse?
What? Oh, what kind of apocalypse?
The Twin Cities,
Oh, bunch
the
of.
world, you know.
Oh, the world?
Yeah, you notice any metal mosquitoes around?
Oh, those nice metal boys moved in the industrial complex next to me.
Oh, the beer brand beer.
Yep,
whatever it
we're
was.
right here.
Yeah, this metal baby that I'm carrying around, who is my genetic metal baby that I birthed.
That's a superhero in the making.
Yes, I'm bringing him to meet up with it because he's going to try to get a job when he's older. I'm trying to get him the best opportunities I can as a mother of a metal baby.
We're very supportive in this family.
Yes, Grandmama J is
Well.
his grandmother.
Then the front entrance is right over there. Oh, of course, there's the delivery entrance. I guess you're making a delivery of sorts. Or
Yes.
there could potentially be some sort of third method of ingress, but I wouldn't know a thing about that.
Can I
Are you
roll some sort of
are you
insight to
sure?
see if you're just fucking around with us or if she's fucking around with us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna do insight. That's a success and advantage.
Success and advantage. So, you think that not only is she probably fucking with you, you think that she has this very specific third method of ingress to make to this industrial plant.
Oh, yes, I'm sure there's no third method of ingress, much like there's no third level trifecta thick burger. But I have seen the secret menu, and I know that if you order very specially, you can get it.
I've posted a great piece on the secret
Yeah,
menus of fast food
you won't
restaurants.
believe these 29 secret menus of fast food restaurants.
Is that the one where it said number 14 will make you cry?
Yeah,
Yes,
fast
actually.
food
Yeah,
fry
yeah.
cooks hate us.
I did cry actually, but that's because my tears reproduced at an alarmingly fast rate.
Well, those internet lists are always wrong. But if you know how to order off the real secret menu,
Yes.
then, well, give it a crack there, missy.
Yes, well, if you could 3 clear to letting us into your third base, you know,
Roll me.
I sure hope you could try hard. All a bunch of 3
Yeah, I get it.
prefixes.
I got you.
That's another success and advantage. I'm rolling well tonight.
She like her eyes go wide. She says, "They told me you would come."
Yes, they did. The 3 of us.
I was told to give the trifecta bearer my fullest,
Your thickest thick burger?
my thickest burgers and my fullest support as a Hardee's employee. So there's a secret tunnel that leads from the meat cellar into the basement of that metal complex.
But why?
Because this Hardee's franchise is owned by, well, I don't mean to say.
Is it one of the Frozen 4 or whatever? Because they're blown up.
Oh, the Frozen Four have been defeated then.
Blown up.
Excellent.
Yes, no, don't listen to my...
Excellent. What?
No, don't listen to my metal baby. We're totally in the know. We know everything that you do around here.
Oh, well,
But you can just keep talking if you want.
what are you aiming to do, Miss Threes?
To seek out those metal mosquitoes and give them the strongest baby that they ever did see.
I literally flinch away from no danger.
It was prophesized in a swamp that this baby would take over the mosquitoes and become the most powerful 6-legged winged insect baby.
I thought it was a horrible crime against nature when poor Maggie here gave birth to hundreds of mosquito eggs on her delivery day.
But then they coalesced into this magnificent metal baby you see before you.
This story is true. You can read about it on
The Huffington
HuffPost.
Post. Would we lie to you?
They wouldn't lie to you.
The people of Big Lake respect the deepness of swamp wisdom, so follow
We know that
follow
because we
away
Googled Big Lake.
as you lead.
You won't believe these 12 cities that follow swamp wisdom.
All right, so she takes you down into the lower level of the Hardee's, and that's where their walk-in meat freezer is, because That's how Hardee's work.
Are there any dead people in there?
There are.
They're cows.
But it looks like they've probably been dead for like a really long time.
You just don't want me to have a body. Because I become too powerful.
I mean, frozen Scott Fitzgerald had been dead for a really long time. And,
But,
and this is a freezer.
The way that Patient Hero's particular zombie plague works, like, I'm not saying requires it to be fresh, but like this would be a challenge. But you are nothing if not a sculptor of flesh, so
That's true.
that would be a terrifying villain name, by the way.
Sculptor of flesh.
Oh.
Sculptor.
Sculptor, no sculpting.
You got there before I did.
All right, no, we'll keep going. It's fine.
So then she goes over to the wall and inserts her Hardee's employee card.
She shadow boxes a couple of hanging slabs of meat in time to a code.
Yes, but very gingerly as an old lady would. And then shoulders her shotgun and lead you down a short corridor that goes
this-
underground.
Is this corridor rascal accessible?
There's like a slight lip right before you get in.
Can you guys help me over?
I'll
Yes, I definitely can.
I'll lube it up for you, Mama J. Help you get some. Just push it over.
Thank
And I rub my sweaty palms on the floor.
All right, make me a roll.
Well, and since it's frozen in here, they would freeze into ice, and I could very easily push her across.
I'll give you advantage.
That is a success and advantage.
Ah,
My third of the night.
That's
so
so
well
sweet of
done.
you. Thank you.
You slick it down so much that like she just glides down, and you feel beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Very much as the wind sweeps through your hair. It reminds you.
My ratty permed gray hair.
Yeah, it reminds you of the days when you were young and being courted by Papa J.
And I have a little flashback to us riding down the tunnel of the murals made to me.
Ah,
And,
that moment, that special moment when you discovered his hidden love.
Re-inspires me for like the mission that we're on.
Yep.
Mama J, you're positively glowing.
Oh my, thanks. Wow.
This is Mama J time.
The tunnel becomes a slow ramp as you go up, and then emerges out behind like a set of metal oil drums.
So we went down and then back up a little bit.
There's like a lip on the way down, but it's a slow ramp on the way up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Somebody designed this. And they
Just
were
because I didn't want to have you guys make another roll to deal with how Mama J would get there. So you emerge out behind like a bunch of oil drums, leaking beer.
Nice.
From what you can see, but skunky, nasty beer.
We've got to cloak ourselves in the scent. Everybody roll around in the beer.
I don't really know.
And as Mama J hems and haws about it, you go around the corner just a little bit, and you see that you're on like this big, spacious factory floor with giant beer brewing vats. Kind of littering throughout and very poorly maintained of like rusty iron, and driving amongst them are a bunch of different people on like different loading equipment, and also just people chained together like hefting big sacks of grain and the hops presumably, but make me a roll real quick, and I'm going to give you advantage on it, and I'll tell you if you succeed or not.
Just Mama J?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 and a 2. I gotta fail and disadvantage.
All right. So as you enter, like, just the sheer noise and size of it kind of takes you aback, and you just see, like, a sea of very gaunt people who are all slaving away at hot beer vats. Which presumably there are. And so the rest of you are also face this site as you turn the corner.
Wow, look at this site. Like this physical location. It's awful.
It really is. It's all rusty, and there's like slave labor, and
People could use some bran muffins.
yeah, it looks like they're all emaciated. They probably don't even get to drink the beer they're making.
I don't think they should. And we look to the corner where a rat drinks it and then bursts into flames.
Burst
In a
into
drunken
mosquitoes.
fury.
Yeah, no, doesn't burst into flame, but drinks it and then like swells and just pops, because it's overly carbonated.
Pops into a bunch of hair.
But as you guys say this, you hear like a click click behind you of but deeper because it's a shotgun. Chunk.
Is it a familiar chunk?
It is not a familiar chunk, except for that last time that the lady from Hardee's did it.
Yeah,
because
it's
now
old
she's
Bessie. Old Bessie.
yeah,
Is
old
it
Bessie, and she's holding it facing all of you and says, "Oh, you don't know about the brewlog? What kind of number 3 are you?"
I want you to stick my face directly in front of the muzzle.
Yeah.
Do it! Just do it!
I immediately.
I put my mouth over the barrel. Just do it!
So now it's revealed that this is no baby birth from mosquitoes, but in fact just a crazy head.
So she succeeds in shooting you. Wasn't hard. And
So then he comes flying off the end, unless you can bite into the gun hard enough to
Yeah.
not come
All right,
off
and have the
end.
gun explode.
roll to create a seal of buckshot.
A success and advantage.
Yes.
So not only do you manage to do that, but you also manage to avoid all of the different flying pieces of buckshot with your tongue and only channel them in your head cavity to fire down into her foot. And she goes, "Oh!" and like stumbles out into the factory floor, hopping on one foot, and is just slammed into by a forklift.
Decapitating her?
Not decapitating her, but just like sending her rolling away.
We really need to get somebody.
Quick, after her fleshy form!
Yeah, we really need to get somebody's body for you, Vember.
And I'm gonna have you make another roll
don't
there
want
with
that
advantage,
Okay.
But I
Mama
need it.
J.
Okay. Yeah, I got success advantage.
Okay,
Jeez.
so you recognize the driver of this forklift. This is a familiar face,
And a familiar body.
and a familiar body, as like, well, you know what? I'll let him describe him.
Hey, it's me. Am I describing to her or to them?
No,
though?
to everybody about what you
Everybody.
look like.
I'm super svelte and thin, but old. And I'm covered in stick of beer. And
But sort of glistening from
yeah,
it.
but glistening. And I'm wearing roller skates. And I got a frying pan. It's like a cod piece covering my dick and my butt. 2 frying pans.
So like a frying pan thong.
Well, these are like leather frying pans, though, because the guards won't let them have his real frying pans.
They're great for spanking.
It's the only way you can get through the night.
And
Yep.
this is Papa J.
It's fed off the other people.
Can
Played
it
by
be?
Mr. Steven.
Mama, is that you?
My God.
Come to
thought-
Papa.
I slowly like.
Oh,
roll
I
and
guess
scoot
I
over.
guess I'll come to you. I'll come to you.
So as you two embrace,
he forklifts her into the air and does a spin.
This is everything I dreamed it would be.
you guys face each other like over handlebars in between like the support struts of it as you guys spin across the factory floor slowly.
But I have to be careful. The foreman might see us and give me a reprimand.
Reprimand.
It'd also kill us.
And also kill us.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for
Several years.
yeah. And it's made me fit, but also tired.
Do you need a bran muffin?
I would love a bran muffin, Mama.
Boink.
And I take it sexily from your hand with my mouth. Ow.
Are you in shackles?
Yeah, well, how am I? I'm not shackled?
He's
I'm driving a
He's
forklift.
shackled to the forklift.
Oh.
Ooh.
And make me a roll though, Papa J, to be able to both sexually eat and also drive a forklift.
recklessly
Alright.
through a crowded
In a controlled
factory.
spin, though.
Success plus disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right, so you actually.
So it looks badass, but I'm crashing.
It looks really bad. It looks really badass as you spin, but it looks even more badass as a troop of guards turn a corner around one of the vats, and you just bowl heavily into them and knock them flying around you. And it's like a magic moment as you eat bran and villainous Russian guards flying through the air around you. And then you grind to a halt. And so Maggie and Patient Hero, I'll give you your action while they're recovering from their lover's embrace.
Did anybody between the old Agatha and those guards, is anybody a dead person?
All right, so across the factory floor, it is you guys at the tunnel entrance, then Agatha, then the guards, then the pair of them.
And are any of them dead?
They look like they're probably a little maybe a broken
Do any of them
bone or
look like
two.
they've lived a full life
and are ready to be
and are only a
unlived.
few days away from retirement? Agatha.
There definitely is a gray-haired one that looks to be their squad commander that's yelling orders in Russian, and as they are pulling themselves off the ground, but none of them look too wounded. Agatha is not doing well, or is not long for this world.
Maggie,
Yeah,
I need you to make me a tough choice here.
Yes.
Because I need the easy to get body that is Agatha or that gray-haired gentleman over across the way, but he's probably going to be a little tougher.
Well, just call me Sophie, because I'm ready to choose. And I'm going to throw your head at Agatha, because I think you need a body, because it's like stepping stones, right? If you get on one body, it's much easier to get the second better body.
That's true. Also, you didn't grasp the point of the movie. It wasn't an easy choice to make.
Oh, I never actually saw it. One of my sex line customers just wanted me to pretend I was Sophie, so I had to do that for one.
And it couldn't. You thought it couldn't get darker.
Make a choice between having sex with me and killing your daughter. Anyway, sorry.
Then it did get darker just there.
Yay!
Anyway,
Cool.
There's some fanfic for Dan
just
over there.
plain old success.
Danfic, first of all.
Danfic.
So success.
Yes.
So you throw his head on a pretty good arc, spinning though towards Agatha, who's shakily trying to rise as she bleeds out mostly, but she turns to thrust the gun towards you, and I'm gonna have you make a roll there, Patient Hero, to decide what you want to do.
Rolling in the air. What? Roll to decide what to do?
Yeah, I mean, not roll to decide, but do what you decide and roll.
You know what? I am just gonna try and sink my teeth as hard as I can into her neck, and that's gonna be my move.
All right.
And try to avoid whatever bullet shot is heading my way.
Can I try to distract Agatha?
No, your action's done.
Oh.
Dan, go.
Okay. Oh, fail.
So you get actually shot up into the air by the round of buckshot, not really doing any damage to you, but it kind of volleyball serves you further towards Mama and Papa J, and actually sailing down towards the guards, directly towards the one with gray hair, who is clearly this is probably the day that they had his retirement party. That is how very close to retirement
He still got
is.
cake on his face.
Russian cake.
They all have a little bit of cake on their face.
They're all the caked face
frosting.
goons. So make me a roll to then interact with this situation however you
I'd
choose.
like to somehow bite him.
I don't know why I'm asking you to choose what you want to do as a head.
Failure with disadvantage. All right, the good luck runs dry.
You ding 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 down in the middle of them, and all of
Grenade!
Stuck.
That's brilliant.
And the close to retired one dives on top of you. Which is frankly, but you're now pressed up against his Kevlar chest, and you're having a hard time not breathing. So now it is Mom and Papa J will take their turns as these guards they all scattered while the main commander jumped onto the Granada.
Can I create enough Crisco for him to slip his hands out of the shackles.
Mmm.
You can, I mean, like, pretty much any amount of Crisco will
Okay.
do that, and that's
Yeah,
just a gift.
true.
That's a, I mean, to be fair, I think Crisco's a brand name, right?
I mean,
So
off-brand
you're like-
Crisco, like Roundy's Crisco, you know?
Lard.
Yeah.
Lard brand lard.
Lard brand lard.
Plain old lard.
So
Lard
you just
brand
inject lard all over his hands, as you guys remember doing often before.
It's been so long since I've seen you fondle my arms with lard in them.
It's just like that time that we couldn't get the handcuffs off earlier in our marriage.
So then I'm just gonna have Papa J. You roll to give him advantage to get out, and
Okay.
then
3. Fail an advantage.
fail an advantage. All right. So what comes out is like not necessarily like your best lard.
No.
You wouldn't cook with this lard,
Yeah,
but it's
okay.
pretty slippery.
It's like it's cold. It's not melting
Yeah,
properly.
but it's pretty slippery. So Papa J, just give me a regular roll to see whether you can escape from
No.
these long-held shackles.
No. Fail with a disadvantage.
No.
So not only do you like try and pull and fail to slip out, but you also hit the lower forklift lift, and so she starts to fall towards the ground as she like tips off it.
Never
and-
let me go, Papa.
Oh no, this was some uncharacteristically low-grade lard.
So now, Maggie, at the start of the order, the guards are now all have gotten up, and it doesn't seem like Patient Hero is going off. So you now have a moment of stillness where they're distracted.
So I want to, so obviously I sweat all the time, right? But I haven't been rehydrating very much, so my sweat at this point is very salty.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to summon all my sweat and start spinning around really fast, holding my fingertips out so that I, eject all of my very salty sweat droplets right at eye height in hopes of getting
Some salt water in them peepers.
an area of effect of blinding both Agatha and the guards.
All right. I will give you advantage because that took a long time.
Thanks. Failure, but with advantage.
Nice. So you spin around like a top towards them and salt the earth around you. But it flies out and actually into some of the beer vats and starts to interact weirdly with whatever weird janky brand ingredients they were using to brew this very cheap beer, and there starts to be a rumble.
Does it start to overflow its containers?
Well, you threw it into a couple of different ones, so now it's just a bubbling rumble around you as you move closer.
That's right! Everybody look out! I'll blow this whole place to the ground!
And then they start to face towards you.
Also, that grenade is still gonna explode! It's a long fuse!
The commander's pushing himself up off of the head that he's now looking down at, and a couple of the guards that aren't facing Papa J and Mama J are now turned towards you and have their Kalashnikovs cocked back and held at the ready.
Does the guard who is getting up and now looking at the head of Patient Hero experience any sort of traumatic psychological realization?
No, at this point, he hasn't seen Patient Hero move, so someone just threw a metal skull at him for some reason.
I want to tell you a secret.
Roll to intimidate there, Daniel.
Failure with advantage.
I mean, roll an advantage one because you are a skull.
Failure with advantage.
So the captain doesn't seem particularly intimidated by you. He's not frightened, but he is shocked to hear you talk. And then bats you away toward spinning on your head towards one of the privates.
Privates?
I mean, you're on skull level.
It's fine, I don't want it.
So now it's your turn, though.
I want to bite somebody in the ankle.
All right. Roll me that bite ankles.
Bite
I mean, I'll give you
ankle.
advantage on this, too, because you are at perfect ankle biting height.
That's an advantage.
An advantage?
Yes.
All right. So you succeed in like biting down on somebody's ankle, and he falls to the ground near you. But he falls super awkwardly, so he's actually like his head is pretty close to where you are, and you're now set to chomp if you'd like to chomp.
Ooh, I do want to chomp.
Yeah, chomp it
Okay.
away.
Chomp directly into his. Let me set up the picture for you, right? So his head's an apple. I want to eat it away, like chop like around, so there's just the core left. So
Oh,
I can stick my head
man.
onto that.
Yeah, make me a roll there, sport.
Failure with disadvantage.
Oh, thank God. So he goes, and then bats you out and away.
But did I break the skin on his boot?
He definitely hurt his ankle, but you did not eat any of his head as you sail off into the beer vats, and you are
none of their fats. My weakness.
that
You
and
literally won't be able to get out of it.
Unless I drink, unless I churn it into cream.
Yes, as all beer works. Mama
Christopher
J,
Walken would be so proud.
it is now your turn.
I turn to Papa J and tell him I will come back for him. But can I try and create a rope out of off-brand red vines to save Vember?
I'll give you advantage on that because I think we've covered red vines before.
Don't red vines count as off-brand?
Maybe.
That's a lot of failure with disadvantage.
All right. So maybe it's
Those red vines are too off-brand. They're breaking.
Yeah.
I got you, Mama.
Maybe it's seeing Papa J again. It's just got you all mixed up inside.
Did
But,
you see the murals, Mama? It took me 700 hours to paint those murals.
I haven't stopped thinking about him for 1 second.
I just finished painting the last one yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
He's painted some since he's been in the camp.
Yeah.
With your blood in your little
Keeping me
chamber.
going. The bi-weekly collaborative roller skate contests and fry pan sales have been keeping me going, too.
As he hawks to other prisoners in the yard.
So is the forklift painted with one big mural, like the side of your van?
My
Yeah.
face, like it's my face.
But you have to stand back.
Yeah, to see it. So yeah, but instead of red vines, what comes out is just
Perfect Crisco.
no, not perfect Crisco, but very compelling prosciutto, which is the meat that you've held so close to your heart. Like prosciutto was you and Papa J's favorite smoked meat. So as you see him, rather than like a sturdy rope of red vines, prosciutto comes spilling out like streamers at a Thanksgiving Day parade.
Look, honey, our favorite.
Holy jeez, it's a bunch of prosciutto. Look at this.
Hey, everybody! We are here for another interlude. It seems like just last week we were doing another one. We're all here. Say your names just to not be awkward.
Patrick.
Steven.
Sean.
Awkward.
A little bit of awkward, I guess. But we got to reach into our trash bag, guys. It's bursting this week.
What's in there, David? Rustle around in
yeah,
that bag.
Oh, it smells great.
Wow.
Yeah.
A male stripper. It's like a cake with a bag.
No, it's a mail stripper that you use to open up the mail, and so we're stripping away the envelope. Here we go. Oh, look, here's the letter. Is from Javi, who is going to be playing a One Piece adventure. I honestly didn't know there was a One Piece role-playing game.
Like a swimsuit?
Yeah,
No, like a show.
like a show and a manga too.
Yep. I think it was a
probably?
manga. They usually are.
They usually are. I actually personally, but anyway, he wants. I was gonna say that I don't personally follow One Piece, but I will say that after I finish his question,
Word.
he's gonna be playing a constantly drunk pirate, so he wants sort of a backstory for it, for his pirate, and also he is playing with some geology friends of his. Who I believe all majored in geology, and so that's kind of an awesome D&D group of just pure geologists.
Man,
I hope
they
they
rock.
don't.
They're into the art.
They probably ask about the ratios of rock v ice a lot.
Maybe. Group after my own heart.
Yeah,
I bet
but
they really like the core. I bet
and-
they're into that movie.
and for that they have decided that they will be riding on a ship made of rock, and so we need some flavor for that. So I suggested that maybe I had to look it up. They have devil fruit in the One Piece world, which is where magical fruit gives you magical powers. So maybe his pirate had his metabolism slowed to a crawl, and so he once had a drink like 100 years ago, and he's been drunk ever since because he hasn't processed the liquor. He ages so slowly because his body is moving super slow. He hardly has to eat, and he's just got years of pirate wisdom that he can dispense through his drunkenness.
I was thinking that maybe some type of monkey king that I assume is in this universe was like mischievous, and he'd found like a really good fruit, like a very special fruit that was going to make him like way stronger. But the Monkey King put it into what was essentially like a bottle of holding. Like it's a drink bottle that has, I don't know, like a barrel's worth in the bottle, but it only empties when you're drinking from it or when he's drinking from it.
Okay.
So he's trying to get this little fruit that's bobbing in the liquor, but he can't. He has to drink it all out first.
But
And so
it never ends.
No, it doesn't. It ends. There's a finite amount. It's just a magical amount held in the bottle. Like it's a huge amount.
Also, if it wasn't really difficult as to be almost impossible, it wouldn't be a Monkey King type situation.
Exactly.
He
Sean.
does nothing but trifle.
Yeah. So
Monkey
he's trying
Kings.
to drink out this special
Do you
berry.
guys know some Monkey King that I don't know?
Have you seen Into the West?
He is not.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Stephen Chow. Hey, Stephen Chow, follow us on Twitter.
Hashtag tweeted us.
Yeah, tweet at us, Stephen Chow.
Hashtag Monkey King.
All right. Any other ideas about this?
Is it about the fruit specifically?
No,
or can we go wider?
The drunken pirate, backstory for a drunken pirate, or
All right, so he's on a boat that is made of rock,
stone
right?
rock boat.
Stone rock boat. So what if everything on this boat rocks? Like it's fucking a metal boat.
So he's a barred pirate.
metal
made of
rock
rock.
boat. Yeah. It's like a... Yeah, and if you don't rock enough, you get kicked off the boat. So you have to be a badass.
Maybe the boat sinks. Maybe
Or-
it's floated by
Yep.
the rock.
By power of rock.
Yeah, yes! That's what floats the boat.
That's what floats their boat.
Yep, excellent work, everyone.
For a boat that floats, I'd be like maybe some sort of mythical volcano spewed forth a magical boat-shaped piece of pumice.
Yeah, I said pumice too because I
Yeah.
don't entirely. I also mentioned Sean and I took a geology class, an intro to geology class.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Rocks for jocks.
Hell
Also,
yeah,
geology
it
and
was.
cinema. We're not jocks.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
They still let us into the class anyway.
High five on the D&D podcast.
David got so much crosswording done in that class.
Oh,
He
that was
also made the very David claim that he knew more about Coriolis effect than anyone in the classroom, which was like a classroom. Of
I'm
like
kind of
400.
an asshole when it comes
Yeah.
to physics.
So that's my boat idea. As for being like all the time drunk, maybe he has like super cool skin powers and absorbs lots of shit through his skin. So he just has a constant spritzing of alcohol around.
So
him.
the
Just-
rum that's stored on the boat just gets into
kind
him.
of but like that means he's kind of tied to the boat. I don't know if you want to be anchored by the boat, but you could be.
So you got like aromatherapy whiskey. That
So
they
maybe
spraying on?
you got like a guy whose job it is to, I don't know,
Spritz ya?
spray you like your clothing at Abercrombie, but with alcohol.
While they're playing this rock band, he's just being
Yeah.
doused in
Yeah.
liquor mist.
Oh, instead of like they have like
Also,
They-
wouldn't
they
that
have
be
ladies.
super flammable?
Yeah,
like
probably.
you could burst into flames.
that's
at
so
any time.
metal though. But the,
Yeah, it's true.
instead of like the wooden lady on the boat, yeah. Instead of the woman on the prow of the boat, it's like a guy, much like Mad Max, playing a rock guitar at the
Yeah,
prow of
fuck
the
yeah.
boat. Especially when they're like, "Wake 'em up, we gotta do a broadside."
And that's what the rowing is timed to as opposed to drums.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, I think the band has to directly power the boat, because then you have to do stuff that's even more metal to make the boat go faster.
Play with your teeth, God! Play with your teeth!
use your tongue.
Yeah.
Lots of mouth rock.
Also, Dan couldn't be here. He had to leave, but he did want us to say, A, he loves One Piece. B, he thinks it's awesome that there's a One Piece D20 system. He's going to try that out. But Javi, he thought it would be cool if the drunken sailor had sort of hit rock bottom, you know, and maybe quite literally had fallen into the ocean, and since he ate a devil fruit, he can't swim anymore, which is a piece of mythos that I learned from Dan. And he
can't swim
floated.
anymore?
When you have the devil fruit, you can't swim anymore. And he floated down to the bottom of the ocean and met this rock that was floating upwards because the rock is alive and can't sink. Because it had the undersea equivalent of a devil fruit, and now it can't sink, and
A devil kelp.
so now it is a huge floating rock boat.
And they meet in the middle. These two unlikely friends are forced to be partners in an underwater crime brigade.
Yeah, so if your DM is interested in playing a living rock boat, also powered by the power of rock,
Yeah.
Is it wise? It better be wise.
presumably.
Yeah.
All right, Javi, good luck with that. Let us know how it ends up. We'd love to hear more about the One Piece universe. We also have another... Oh, look, here's another thing.
Strip it, David. Strip it good.
Yep, so it's stripped. That's how you strip things.
That's David as a stripper. He's done.
It's
And I'm stripped,
You
I
guys.
refer to myself as an object. It removes me from what I'm doing.
He explains very carefully how he's like, and now I remove my shirt like this, and now I'm shirtless.
Now
Yes,
it's
and as you can see, I no longer have a shirt on. This is what is
previously had a shirt. The shirt is not.
colloquially referred to as shirtless. But so anyway, Jeff writes to us
Whoa.
that he is going to be playing a Warhammer 4K or 40K like fantasy-based football game called Blood Bowl, which I did not know existed. And then I made the joke about fantasy football, and I'm awesome at jokes. So
I would have gone there too.
Yep.
To be honest.
But so anyway, he needs a team name / theme, and then also names for the players on his team who include wood elves, an actual tree man, and then a
Actual tree man.
who's
That's
Done.
Look,
Done.
it's actual
Yep.
tree man.
his name.
I am actual tree man.
So we're getting ahead of ourselves, but
But
his name.
mascot is a guy dressed up as Tree Man.
No, his name is clearly Morgan, and he's Morgan Treeman. So
I'm
anyway,
Morgan Tree Man. I live in a tree.
which is me.
I live inside of me. Anyway.
But then the other people on the team are war dancers, which are essentially just leaping dudes who kick ass, as it was described to me.
Right.
And so we need a team name. I'm going with the Smokin' Oaks.
That's a good one. If you're going for a fancier team name, you could be the Bespoke Oaks. Or
Who are well spoken, or
yeah, they're well dressed. Isn't that what bespoke means?
it could be.
Good
I'm
fancy
not sure.
man.
Tweet at us what bespoke means.
Or the Good Bloke Oaks.
Yeah.
Good bloke. I like Good Bloke Oaks a lot.
Player names.
Oakhold. You could put them in an Oakhold.
Put them in an Oakhold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they want to, really communicate how competent they are, they could be the Capable Maples.
Or the popular poplars
Yep.
because they're so popular.
Or if they're really pretty, they could be the Fine Pines.
yeah.
The bewildering willows.
Mm.
The bludgeon trees.
Commonly known.
If you want to show them how clever you are, go with bludgeon trees. So they know what you're about.
Yeah.
Oh god.
We're gonna hit you like a branch would if I swing at your face.
That's like a super rare tree.
Isn't
there like a
besmirched birch?
Yeah, there you
Was
go.
one.
Just
yeah.
like they have like a chip on their shoulder. Like, we've been besmirched, which is why we're
You want to
playing
be a
Blood
football
Bowl.
team. You're coming hard and aggressive. You're not passive aggressively besmirching someone.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, throwing shade. Get
Yeah.
it? Because
So bludgeon trees, clearly.
Yeah, the bludgeon tree. We will bludgeon you.
You could be the sap chaps.
Yeah.
Anyway, so hopefully one of those many tree names worked. For the team name, Morgan Treeman as
Yep.
one of the players' names. You had one earlier.
Treonce.
Treonce, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yep.
Please continue.
Oh.
Burning Bush.
ooh,
George Bush.
Leaf Erickson.
Leif Erikson, perfect.
Homonyms are cool and sexy.
That's
Well.
another name.
Homonyms are tree or they're tree. and
C
sexy.
tree. Trio.
Half robotic.
R2 tree 2. Trebaka.
Han tree.
Han Sol tree low.
Oh no. Sorry, I broke there for a second.
Yeah.
Any other non-tree names?
Tree names.
Bob Barker.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's a good. We'll end on that one. All right, Jeff. Hopefully, you can populate your team with celebrities of trees. Celebrities! Oh, and then you do Morgan Freeman and Treeonce.
That's definitely the team name. It has to be
Celebrities. Yeah,
With celebrity tree pun names.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Michael Flaxen? No, flax is a
Seed.
a tree, not a
Yeah,
tree.
it's not a tree.
Okay. Isn't Jeff Birch a person?
Probably.
Steve Trees of Apple Computing.
A tree and bro tree.
Donald Trump.
No, Donald Stump.
Donald Stump.
Donald Stump.
Yeah, it's just a stump. It's just a stump with a
It
wig.
like dragged itself by its
Yeah,
roots.
that's the mascot.
Yeah.
The Donald Stumps.
Burn Tree Sanders.
Yeah,
Burn Tree
Burn Tree
Sanders.
Sanders.
But now it's just
Hillary
political.
Clinton.
Hillary, yep.
Hillary Clinton.
No, they can't all have the... Anyway.
Hey, do this.
Did you or did you not ask us?
Okay,
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay,
Anyway.
Jeff, hopefully that works out for you. Let us know which tree names you settle on.
If any.
Yeah, feel free to think that we're stupid.
Exactly.
Definitely on the nose, all of them.
If you, other listener, would have any questions for your campaign, you need backstory for your characters, you need a random crazy magical item, you need a new dungeon to run your characters through, you just need world building shit, we, as you can tell, have an endless supply of puns.
Which,
Puns to build your world.
which doesn't necessarily mean we're good at the other stuff too, but
Yeah.
we'll pun at you till you tell us to stop.
Give us a
And then
word.
a little bit longer.
Give us a word and we'll riff for 20 minutes.
Yes. If we're done with the mailbag, David, do we have any more in that sack?
Nope, that's it.
Wow, those 3 letters got big.
There were
in
only
the
2,
sack.
but
I
it's okay.
overestimated.
I was excited.
I would like to extend a thank you and a recommendation to anybody looking for music. If you are a producer of any kind of content and you need music, but you don't want to have to pay for music, there are in fact people who put their stuff out there for free for folks to download and use and whatever they like. And I chose to use them for many an episode. The artist's name is Kevin MacLeod. A native son of Scotland, somewhere down the line, one assumes, and
Went there.
he makes a series of not entirely Scottish music. In fact, very rarely, it's a lot of the
Could you identify Scottish music? If
Bagpipes.
yeah, done.
Is it-
David,
Are they not Irish as well, or are they just
Bagpipes are not Irish.
Okay,
yeah,
good to know.
they're sometimes used in Irish.
That's
stuff.
why I don't celebrate St. Patty's Day, because I don't know enough about bagpipes.
Yeah. Well, don't be afraid no more, David.
They do. Yeah, they're heavily incorporated in parades, though. For
No, Mr. McLeod makes a lot of the music. If you hear any of the like electronica stuff I throw behind certain party scenes that we have, or a lot of the emotional, inspirational music, anything that's not Ross Bugden is Mr. Kevin MacLeod, and I just shout him out as being great, having awesome music, including he just puts up literally everything he's ever made, and so there's a lot of like derpy little Tony ones that he made in like 15 seconds. They make me laugh while I'm listening, even if I don't include them.
Does he know we exist?
No, and that's fine, because I just want to send people and businesses away. He has his own Patreon.
does he have a Twitter?
I'm not entirely sure if he has a Twitter. I should probably look into the exact data.
Just Google Kevin MacLeod.
Yeah, YouTube is where he's big. He has literally like thousands of videos.
Speaking of people we want to shout out, I want to shout out one of our patrons, Maggie Conrad, who you may have seen on our Twitter or Facebook page. We posted a picture of a little cross-stitch 8-bit window
It was
figure.
dope.
It
Yeah,
is
it is
super
still
dope.
dope.
Go to
Yeah.
our Facebook or our Twitter feed and look at it. It's amazing. She does these by hand, and she's actually doing one for Hoodie as we speak. If you... Yeah, don't cry, Patrick. I know.
So beautiful.
But you can check her out. She does a ton of these on Etsy. Her name on Etsy, I don't know how Etsy works, but it's Stitchery Geekery,
Nice.
which is all one word. Check that out. But we also are on the internet, so follow us on RP Gentleman, Facebook, Twitter. YouTube, yes, exactly. We have all of our episodes up as videos where the video is just the title card.
Yeah.
But
I think Faye was actually just yelling out you two as he's want to do randomly, but
No.
good reminder.
You're right.
He loves
U2 is
Bono.
a good band. War was a pretty good album, but subsequently they've been bad.
Oh, fair enough.
But
Yes.
No, I didn't say U2.
well, so thank you everybody for listening. We'll catch you next week. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
It's a bunch of prosciutto. Look at this.
And all the Russian guards go, oh, prosciutto, let's take a break.
Yeah, prosciutto. And then, but no, they've actually, the ones that are all up, which is everyone now, they all cocked their guns.
Did I break the one's skin?
He fell down and he's like getting up.
And did I infect him with my virus?
We'll find out, won't we, Daniel?
I can't wait. Literally, because you're in a beer vat.
So they've all pulled their guns and are yelling at you. But then everybody freezes for a second as like the commander gets up and looks over at Papa J and says, "Papa J, Brewlog's #1 troublemaker."
It's over, House Brew Leader. My wife is here and her friends, and they're gonna break me out. You'll see.
Yeah.
I'll get my pans back. Give me my pans.
Going to break out like your last album did. It didn't.
That wasn't my fault. I don't get Wi-Fi in my cell.
Yes, it was very underproduced. No one liked your mixtape.
You were gonna tell Yevgeny to push that thing in Moscow, but you never did.
No, I didn't.
You broke my heart.
Yes, and it is how we break prisoners' spirits.
I made music.
Well, I'll sing it for you when we get out of here. Whoop-a-tang! And I whip you with one of my codpiece spatula.
All right,
things.
so make me a roll there, Papa J, for codpiece slapping. I'll give you advantage on it, though, so you can roll it twice.
What's the S? Success.
All right, so you whip it out, and not only are they like, it is the commander particularly whipped in the face, but everybody is whipped by the image of Papa J's genitals. Flying about willy-nilly, but it's such a good one that you like whip and then it's back on you, it's closed like almost immediately, and you cinch it back up.
Nice.
And so the commander.
Dangerous maneuver.
Yeah, how do I slow it down before it gets to my crotch?
You're very good with frying pans, even leather frying pans. And so the commander like stumbles back towards the like steaming vats, and give me a roll there, Dan. I want just give me a flat roll and just tell me what happens.
Advantage.
All right.
Or what success? Sorry.
So you can feel life kind of as an undead person. Like it's what drives you to eat all of the different things, and so you know that the vat you just fell into is a very yeasty vat. Like you're surrounded by
There's blood in the water.
yeasty life, and actually up above you, the commander stumbles against it, and like a drop of blood like hits the beer, and like you can feel what's the life there that you want to eat so bad, and make me roll just to see if you're able to.
I don't want to make a big yeasty body. If that's what
That's
you're
what
getting at.
Patrick is trying to do by getting you to roll. Dan, roll and I'll tell you that you do the thing.
All right. Let me know how it goes. Success and advantage.
All right, so you actually just kind of like put out your virus to like super ultracharge the yeast so that it just blows out in like a massive wave from the front of it as you like rocket towards the commander, and your head just like switches places with his essentially, but sending his skull flying across the room. Like you came to a dead stop.
If I can.
Yeah.
The yeast goes out and surrounds his head, and then when it recedes and my head's on his body,
Yeah.
and the head's in the water.
Yeah, and because you had
with the
advantage,
yeast eating it.
you get the thing that you want. So
Yay.
you bloop him out, and
His skull is now baked into a loaf of bread.
yes, somewhere in the murky depths of the beer. So now you have the full possession of a body for the first time in a while.
I will not abuse this privilege. And I whip my guns out and just start shooting.
Congratulations, Vember!
Blacka, blacka. And I shoot the nearest guy. with a failure with advantage.
I'll give you advantage on that actually, just because the commander's body knows how to shoot.
I would prefer failure and advantage over the second.
All right. So you just start unloading, and it makes all of them scatter for cover as this horrifying thing has happened to the commander. These retirement day. So you toss a grenade into him, I guess.
I just meant to say grenade again because that's my new catchphrase. Whenever I get myself thrown into a sticky situation.
Grenade.
Yep.
So now, Mama and Papa J, you may take a turn as you like.
All right, now we gotta get me the hell out of here. I decided that this is gonna be my voice now.
Oh, really, Rick? All right. So you're able to take off down the. There's like an open doorway, that like a loading dock, further on past where the guards are.
I work
Does
this.
he have the forklift now?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
escaped from the forklift.
Okay.
I worked on this loading dock, so I know this is the best way to go. The brew pub fashionistas come in through the front door.
Say, Papa J, I know we haven't met. Secret Secreter, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And then like they start shooting at
We're
you.
running as we're talking.
You're good at dodging those bullets.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're running real well. But what's going on here? What is this place?
It's called the brew log, and if you go here, then you messed up somewhere along the line. I messed up when I left you, Mama.
Why did you leave me?
I don't know.
You were actually
Amnesia.
you were captured in battle,
yeah.
but because of your particular
That's right.
cooking skills,
Yep.
you were
Put to work
spared.
on the forklift.
Yeah. But I mean, he was the
One
one
of my
who's
skills, I told him forklifts.
he was I'm certified. But no, he was the one who was forklifting the yeast into the vats.
That was me.
Yeah. And they needed him there to make the beer.
They called me the yeast beast because I could forklift the most yeast.
You weren't allowed to write to me or send me any AOL messages.
All my correspondence to you got ground up by blenders and put in the beer.
Oh my god.
It's what gives it its natural flavor is the sentiments of its
And my tears because I was crying for you into the beer.
beer tears.
That's so sweet. Vember, there's a lot of material here we could use for our sex line.
That's true. The drama, the excitement,
The romance.
yeah.
You should yell grenade again. That was effective.
Grenade! Blacka, 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 blacka.
So
Just shoot.
you're just shooting randomly, and as you come around the corner shooting, and there's like a number of what look to be armed delivery guys. Like they work for this prison brew complex, but they're the ones who like drive the trucks around to deliver the brand beer. And
Wait, I know how to handle these boys. I got your roller skates. They just came in this morning.
but what is the commotion behind you?
No, nothing. Just one of my particular roller skate routines was flipping the people out. They were losing it.
You're pretty good, Papa
yeah.
J.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, we're definitely not breaking out or anything, though.
Yes, can you not recognize me? Admiral Iron Wall, Iron Curtain.
I want to try to
on
like.
my iron head.
I want to try to mist
And
from my
so-
sweat, like evaporate my sweat to create a mist around his head, so it's like a little blurry.
All right.
Make it a little bloody too, because it's like red, like communism.
They love, yeah. Oh, failure and disadvantage.
All right, so you roll a disadvantage as like basically you start squirting blood from your wrists towards to like rain
Oh
down.
my god, I got
upon
cut, guys.
us, and then roll a disadvantage to convince them there, Daniel.
Oh well, that's gonna be a failure with disadvantage.
Oh, we better get this guy to the infirmary, or else he's bleeding everywhere.
They like
Good seeing you.
Am I able to make like a skin graft out of fruit roll-ups?
Oh yes.
Can I try that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll allow you to.
Oh, failure.
So you he gets squirted with blood, and then like just a gooey mass of fruit roll up like strikes him in the head.
Am I not as you remember me, comrades? Admiral Iron Curtain,
Oh, yeah, but you're supposed to be in Australia.
Yes, well, I came back early from assignment in Australia. Australia Gulag.
That is not correct name for our secret Australian base.
Well, you know nothing of the Australogs.
It's kangaroo log. Everybody knows that.
Yes, you are a true member. This is imposter.
Well, then I'll just be leaving then.
Yeah, we'll follow him out. We'll lead him out. We'll lead him
They
out.
like pull their pistols and point them directly at the new Iron Curtain.
But this was all part of Papa J's routine. We're actors.
Yeah, they're from the circus. That was what I was gonna tell you. Lead with that, but now it's a big reveal.
So they look like they're about to fire their guns. So I'll give
Okay, let's run.
Papa J and the Iron Curtain in action before they do.
What?
What do you want to do? Anything to try and like disarm these guards or like?
I'll double whip slap him with my flexible, dexterous hands.
All right, I'll give you advantage for flexible, dexterous.
Yeah, I'm quick. I'm quick like a ninja. Failure plus advantage.
All right, so you don't actually get the guns, but you box their ears real good, and they like jerk to the side, and their aim falters, and now the Iron Curtain can make a move.
I attempt to bite the nearest one next to me. It's the thing I do. That's gonna be.
I'll give you advantage though, because it is the thing you do.
It is the thing I do.
Yeah, you're getting better at it.
Success.
All right, so you like chomp down on one of the guards' gun hands, and the gun drops from the nerveless fingers, and you're able to catch it in the air. And
Do I have two guns now? Can I throw one to Maggie?
You still have your Kalashnikov that needs to be like reloaded. That you've just been firing.
I
at
throw that
random.
one. Hold my less useful gun that I'm really good at using.
Yeah, I got it, Vember. I'll use it when I find some ammo.
The roll to catch it there, but roll with disadvantage because you're all slippery.
Oh, that's true. Success.
All right, so you catch it in the air, and it is empty right now, though you can see that he has magazines like on his combat vest.
Nice.
But you now can take an action as you catch this thing, and it's still a heavy piece of metal.
Yeah, so I'm going barefoot so I can like skate on my slippery, sweaty
I assume
tracks.
you're always barefoot.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna try to skate around behind the bad guys and grab one of their magazines off their vests, their combat vests, so I can load up.
All right, make me roll for that.
That is success and disadvantage.
All right, so you slide past around the guards and manage to get the gun like cocked and loaded. But yeah, as you like slide past, your aim kind of falters, and now you're only facing Dan. You'd have to like recorrect on the fly to shoot one of them.
Do Kalashnikovs over-penetrate their target? Could he shoot through me?
Through him.
I probably at this rate, it depends on what they're loaded with, but more than likely.
Armor-piercing rounds, naturally.
Yeah. So make me a roll there if you'd like to shoot through.
I give her a knowing look. I can't blink, but I dilate my pupils.
Everybody, get behind me!
Everybody, get everyone line up behind me so this mat, everybody get behind me. Iron curtain so that this mad woman cannot blast you in the face.
That's right, I'll do it. I'm gonna shoot. And if I hit him, you'll be sorry.
I am the Iron Curtain. Nothing penetrates my communist will.
Roll to convince them.
Oh, failure at disadvantage. I think like biting one of their comments is not a good.
So you like release you to talk as the guard pulls away, and they stumble back. But they are like you are still between Maggie and them, but like you are now shoved up against her gun barrel essentially as you like tip over. So you'd be like firing a lot of bullets into them to hit these two guys.
Done and done.
So honestly, like at this range, I'm gonna say that you just pretty much unload through him.
I also rolled success and advantage. So.
All right, so you not only like hit only them with like
Just don't make me poop my pants again.
a good
I cannot guarantee.
a good burst taking out it's probably his kidneys. And they fall to the ground, and actually, as one of the last bullets hits the bottom of the pocket of one of the guys as he falls, like the keys to the truck nearby, like pop out and fly glittering through the air, and Papa J catches them.
Ah. Yes. Here you go, skull metal guy.
Excellent. I mean, I don't need to keep up that charade anymore, now do I, friends?
Yeah, Vember, maybe you should get one of these only slightly shot up bodies.
Oh, yeah.
I can get you some freshies.
I'm feeling a little top heavy, and then my torso breaks off of my legs.
You look like you need a freshie.
Here, Mama J, you've always been the driver. And I toss Mama J the keys.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I can drive us all around, you know. I think my janky scooter's running out of batteries, though.
Uh-oh. We'll have to charge it up on the way.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of moving slowly. I don't really know what to do.
I've got a plan. Living at this brew log for this long has taught me a lot about brew technology and the environment, and we can power your scooter with beer. All I have to do is grab a who's a what's it from the science lab.
Yeah, also, is there some sort of, like, nefarious science lab here? Because it seems like...
It's a tiny one.
Why is the Russians working for Major Mosquito running a brewery with slave labor?
Oh, yeah, there's a super weapon.
Oh,
I forgot. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's the beer. It's in the beer. That's what they always told us. It's in the beer.
You mean like robot mosquitoes are in the beer, and when people drink the beer, they'll be infected by the robot mosquitoes?
Who told you about the plan?
I'm just inferring.
Oh my God, it's all coming back. That's exactly what it was.
Oh, you have
Did we guess right?
Papa J, you have a like sketchy knowledge of you've been here a while, and you like got to know the cards, obviously. So
I mean, the keeper of the yeast can only be kept out of the dark so long.
yeah.
Was that the slogan of the place too? So is it beer brand beer? It's in the beer.
Beer.
No matter what you hear, it's in the beer.
Don't listen to what you hear. It's not in the beer.
Cheers.
But you know that this beer going out is a like weapon of some sort. Like it has been stocked in stores for a while now to like put some type of like general malady upon the people, but you don't know quite what they're doing. But you do know that where the science building is, because they had you fork a lot of yeast there.
Yeah, we can go to the science building. I don't know, there might be secret plans there that we could possibly take and use. I heard something about giving the president a cold one, so that might be poisoning the president with beer.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what I inferred, but I didn't want to tell anyone at the time. Just forklifty.
I back the... Is the forklift still nearby?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I back the forklift over the top half of the most fit-looking one so that I may steal his legs.
You do, just so we don't have to
And I
dwell
steal his
upon
legs.
it.
Now I can run faster than...
And you all run or drive and scooter.
Also, I'm going to shoot every tank of beer that I see, just so that it
all
starts...
leaking.
Yeah, so they're all leaking.
And it makes you incredibly easy to track as you go across this compound.
But also, people will be like, oh my God, we got to stop the beer.
Also means I have to go faster because this thing can't be in more than like 2 inches of liquid.
Otherwise it loses traction.
Yeah.
Well,
So
never mind, Mama J. I'll stop.
you all drive and run across this open courtyard. Looks like there's probably a dormitory for all the workers, willing or otherwise, over the side, and a fancier, kind of like administration-looking building across from you. But as you like run and swerve across, you start to take rifle fire, like
Serpentine!
you all start serpentine, and he's unable to hit any of you because that was the right decision.
Yes, I knew it.
So, but you like skid in, getting blue sparks there, Mama J, into the like base of the building. Where there's its own like little smaller loading dock for whatever his experiments are going on downstairs, and as this is wont, Can I assume that Patient Hero bursts through the sliding door into the underground lair?
Head first. Mouth first.
Mouth first.
I'm just biting as we go along.
You Pac-Man
I'm
your
a
way into the
Pac-Man, yeah.
basement, and you're faced with like
Wagga, 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 wagga.
a bunch of ghosts. No.
Oh!
The ghost of your past.
The one thing I can't bite. Oh, it makes so much sense now.
No. It looks to be another like much fancier brewery. Like that was just to get like bulk product out. This one is like very chemical vats and different things, but attached in such a way that it looks like probably a brewing like process does occur. But very strangely, there's like a pillar almost completely floor to ceiling of what looks to be strange greenish water with like some different particulate floating inside it.
So not regular water.
Is there a fish inside of it?
But I mean, like, it doesn't look like beer.
Is there a fish inside of it?
It doesn't look like there is a fish inside it, but there is a fish nearby in like another separate tank.
I immediately run to the fish. Fred, is that you? Fred the fish? Is
Uh,
Great Lake Jake here? Where is Great Lake Jake? We need to save him.
the fish like opens its mouth, like open and close at you, just like a fish would, but you can see that it is a trout.
I pick up the bowl that the fish is in and try to find, is there any like saran wrap that I could cover the top with so that I could more safely carry it around?
I mean,
Or a plastic bag of some sort?
you can't actually remove it because this tank is like funneled into a tube that goes up and over and into the green tank. There isn't water connecting it right now, but it looks like possibly some type of thing could make the fish go into the tank.
So they're like basting the fish with this special water, guys. I think they're trying to extract the powers of the fish.
That sounds plausible enough.
So as you watch, you can see that actually the fish's tank water is separated from the lake water. So like you'd have to initiate some sequence to combine the two.
Are there any large buttons?
Yes, there's
or
large buttons,
huge,
David.
Huge levers, potentially.
It bounds a full thing
Just
of levers.
ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Let's
So
pull
all
those
of these
levers.
different laboratory processes start going down. One of which is that the like trapdoor atop the fish cage tank slides open, and the pneumatic tube sucks it up and over it into the green water, and it swims down like shakily.
I grab a nearby wrench so that if I need to bust open the fishes, so that it doesn't get like sucked up by any harmful rotors or anything.
No, it looks like this was what it needed to be done, and like it drops down and like it's kind of still
Looks
for a second.
happy. Looks like a happy fish.
Well, it looks like a confused fish. He just got tank switched out of nowhere. But
I'm sorry. Fred the fish.
From the opposite side of the lab, stepping out of the shadows and wearing like a pair of strange gauntlets, is someone that you recognize, Papa J, as Warden Zechariah Devonsky, and he's holding his hand out to you, and
Zechariah!
Yes.
What was my relationship with you?
Oh, Papa J, you have been nothing but a pain in my ass.
Yeah, because you were trying to taint the beer with fish.
No, it is far, far more complex.
Is it mosquito eggs? Is like mechanical mosquito? That was our first guess.
Yeah.
That would have been good, but no.
Is it the killer yeast? Because I communed with them.
The yeast is the key.
I knew it. Yes. Yes.
We found
Yes.
that the one known as Great Lake Jake was, he possessed the ability. He's a spirit of intellect that possesses the molecules and particulate in lake water to create the form. And we knew that if we killed him, he would reform, and we found a way to channel that power through these fish.
Are you telling me that all of this water here is my best hopeful friend in the world, Great Lake Jake? I'm sorry, Vember, but if I have a chance to be friends with Great Lake Jake, I'm gonna take it.
No, I get it. He's on your best friend list.
Yeah.
Like, the list of celebrities that, like, if they came into your life, you would want to be best friends with. I would totally understand.
He's wet, I'm wet. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are or what you are to him, but I will kill you.
Give us the secret plans, or be bludgeoned.
And like the gauntlets that he's wearing start to glow with like a sickly red light as like some type of energy spins up around the forearm and like gathers in the palms as he faces you.
Is there any... So this is a lab. I work in a lab. We have a lot of isopropanol around.
Yes.
Okay. That is very high alcohol content.
Sure.
I'm going... Since my bodily processes operate at a high rate, I'm assuming my liver does too.
That makes sense.
So I can drink insane amounts of alcohol. I chug it down. My sweat becomes all filled with alcohol, and I fire it at him so he gets covered in alcohol. And
Could
then
you have just thrown the alcohol at him?
No!
Also, your liver processes out the alcohol.
Yes, into my sweat.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I throw the alcohol bottle at him. And then look for something to light him on fire with as he's distracted by the alcohol.
For taking the simpler way, David, I give you advantage.
Hooray! That is success and disadvantage.
All right, so you throw the bottle and see like a Bunsen burner that's lit and bubbling some test beer. And you can, if you find something to light on it, then you can probably chuck that at him. But the first thing you grab, you reach over the fire so that it burns your sleeve, and then starts to light you ablaze.
All of my clothing is moist at all times.
That's
With
true.
alcohol.
With alcohol.
Oh no!
So your one arm bursts into flames, and you can feel it
I just
starting to
spit,
crisp your flesh.
I spit.
And it
Plus all
starts to fill up.
alcoholic!
No!
But Mama J, I'm gonna give you a chance to take an action before anybody else because you've just been, assessing the situation, ready to back up your husband if need be.
All right, well, seeing all this fish has kind of made me a little bit hungry for a Friday fish fry, especially during the Lent season. So, I was thinking I might create a bunch of batter and, like a fish fry batter and spray it over the bad guy's feet so that he slips.
All right,
And
get
then
all
maybe cook
battery.
some of the fish,
And
too.
if we cook him
after.
up, he'll be encased in a hard batter.
Ooh.
So yeah, make me roll on because it's cooking related. I'll give you advantage on that.
Ooh. Success advantage.
All right, so you batter up, and the beam that was about to annihilate all of you fires up into the ceiling and cracks the large glass tube in front of you.
Nice.
And he says, No, so much work. Everyone who ever drank our shitty beer would have been ours to control. I don't know if that was clear. And then the thing shatters
Before
and water
you die,
washes.
is people who drank your beer, they won't be yours to control anymore now?
But he's washed away in a flood of water as you were all thrust back by this
Was
giant
it unclear to
sloshing.
anybody else the mechanism by which they were controlling?
If you don't get it, then you're never gonna get
I
it.
gotta- oh God, I gotta say, Fred the fish.
Oh, that was some quick thinking, Mama. I haven't seen you do that since our honeymoon.
Yeah, well, you know what happens when I get a hankering for a fish fry?
You fry them up really quickly and well.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's the long and the short of it.
You guys are so romantic together. So
All of their relationship is food based.
it's true.
Sounds like a great relationship.
That was actually a really dense metaphor for your guys' relationship. But the water sloshes you all back, and you reach out for the fish, and you're chasing along the floor, but it always seems to be out of your reach, and actually it's moving very oddly, and then it starts to gather water to itself, and then
thank God.
rising up out of the mix of lake water and batter and beer and weird stuff is a different form than the Great Lake Jake you remember. This one is troutier, and so
Lankier, maybe.
lankier, more of a pretty boy because they got them sparkly rainbow scales.
An opalescent sheen to the water.
Yeah, and that might be the batter grease, to be fair. And the fish floats up to head height and looks you, and you're crying eyes. I imagine always, but
I've always got really like sparkly eyes from the tears, but also at this point I'm super nervous and intimidated because I'm meeting my hero and I'm sweating profusely, even more than normal. So now it's just jets coming from my underarms.
And the fish says, "Hello, I'm Trevor the Trout.
Oh, hi Trevor. Are you Great Lake Jake though?
Well, this is Great Lake Jake in my body."
Oh,
Jake, you look a little different. Maybe we should give you a new name. Maybe Great Lake Blake.
It is acceptable.
Yeah! The future
that
is
was
in our hands.
It's amazing character development, Great Lake Blake. Will you help us? We have to save the world. Or at least get away. We may have saved the world just now by freeing you. It's unclear.
I fear that it's more unclear than you might know, because they were going to use the power of Great Lake Blake to control all those who drank the beer. But now we must return to the city and stop the Major Mosquito from enacting the rest of his plan.
Great Lake Blake is right. Also, thanks for busting me out. That brewlog was the worst.
Should we bust? Do you have any like friends in here?
Yeah, there's Tiny Squeaky, Little Pete, Big Squeaky. There were
Pete?
others.
What about Big Pete?
Big Pete? Me and Big Pete didn't see eye to eye.
Okay, we'll leave him imprisoned. But everybody, let's free all the prisoners. Why
Wait,
not, guys?
Fit literally?
We can free the
prisoners.
prisoners as long as I get a yay-nay basis on every one of them.
How are we gonna get everybody on the North Star line for free?
Mama J is right. Forget about it.
Oh, wait, look!
It's been 2 hours.
It's been long enough now. It's 6 p.m.
You're right.
The St. Patrick's Day free rides.
Oh my God, you're right.
Luck of the Irish.
You guys bust out all of the prisoners, and we'll cut to the train station where they're all boarding.
Going immensely fast. Just breakneck speed.
Everybody, speed towards the mosquitoes and your inevitable. Oh wait, guys, maybe this wasn't such a good plan.
But
There's enough food in the Hardee's to last them for days.
you guys have left them behind to their own devices at the train station because Great Lake Blake has raised up a bunch of groundwater and like swept you up and like almost not a hot tub but like sit in the lake during the summer. And
this
it's all
is
around
nice.
you as this like column of water like swells up and moves off at like a traditional superhero flying pace, like not Superman fast but like sweeping across the landscape.
Nice.
Both invigorating and relaxing.
Yeah, and you guys have it's still gonna take a good clip. It moves faster than the North Star, which is saying something. But and you guys have like a moment before you reach the city to like reassess where you're at as you go back to face this threat. You know that Augustina was left in the ruins of Minneapolis to face down her cousin. You don't know what happened to her.
Do you guys think Augustina's all right?
Who's that?
Yeah, right. My exact question.
She's our friend. She helped us fight crime. And
That's cool.
So you've heard of Major Mosquito, right?
Yeah, everyone's heard of Major Mosquito.
It turns out it was her cousin.
Ah.
And so she had to go face him alone to try to,
And she died?
Well, it's unclear. We haven't seen her
so
yet.
she's alive.
Knowing her powers, like almost certainly yes. Like I'm being a realist here. I'm worried for her out there.
What if she got so small that she couldn't be killed? That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out.
And as you guys like sweep into the city, with Great Lake Jake at the head of this wave that carries all of you, sorry, Great Lake Blake. You hang south so that you can come up the river from the north, and like Great Lake Jake is pulling ever more water. Great Lake Blake, so sorry, it's taken a while to reset that.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. And it sweeps up over the city so you can get like a eagle-eyed view atop this massive wave, and you can see that where the U.S. Bank Stadium spaceship landed, there's now like a massive crater of like strewn about wreckage, and there are two figures standing there, and as the slow dark strains of a song that sounds very much like Das war Madonna, like drifts on the breeze. You can see that the figure is standing over another one, broken at its feet. And you can't quite make out, you don't have your seen tertiary Russian characters' eyes on right now.
So it could be victory or it could be defeat.
Who knows? We'll find out as we switch over to me and Laura doing the adventure of Augustina. Hey there, folks. Patrick here. Not with another intermission or interlude. No, this is here to give you some truth. The truth is that what I meant to be just a 10-minute segment of Augustina facing down her cousin Sergey, a.k.a. Major Mosquito, turned into over an hour of Russian silliness as she took down his entire network of mosquito guards and assistants. So, rather than this episode being 2 hours long or splitting into a 3-parter and making you wait even longer to get to the Kane campaign, we are going to release Augustina's story as this month's bonus episode for our patrons. If you'd like to become a patron and gain access to not only this, as well as the 12 hours of bonus content that we have accrued, you can join our Wall of Heroes at rpgentleman.com/donate. But we don't want to take away from any of you who are listening and are on the edge of their seats for the end of the Superheroes campaign and don't feel that they want to join our patrons' ranks. So I'll be now returning to the rest of the story as the shocking reveal of what happened to Augustina is revealed to the rest of the party, and we wrap up this episode. For all of our patrons who have been looking forward to the next episode of the Villains campaign I've been running, we will be doing that next month, so rest assured, and look for a Augustina episode coming to a Patreon near you soon as I get it edited, because, man, there are a lot of explosions. And with that, let's get back to the story. And returning back from that side of the tale, we find our heroes looking down at their friend, Augustina.
Hooray!
Oh my god, for a second I didn't know who it was.
I didn't either. All Russians look the same to me.
Victorious with Major Mosquito torn and shredded at her feet. A ruin of the proud vampire / Major General Mosquito that he was. Squashed flat by the fly swatter of her fury. And you can all see the sun rising, focused through the wave of Great Lake Blake.
Yes.
And he remembers his real name this time as a new dawn rises over the city of Minneapolis and its heroes. And that is the last episode of this interlude series of episodes of Superheroes. We're going to be back next week with one more intermission episode where we will explore the Feywild as DM'd by Daddy David.
Working title is The Magnificent Seven Dwarves. So there you go.
Yes, it's a little bit Western themed with it, and we have a good time. We already got it in the can, so I'm excited to see it out to you people.
Out of the can.
Out of the can. It'll be amazing, like one of those snakes that you think is peanuts, but isn't.
It's never snakes.
But I mean, it could be. And that's the hope that keeps us going here at RP Gentlemen. We will see you next week. After that, back with the Kane campaign.
Season 4.
Get hype.
4 years.